What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Elliott Delp. Today we're going to be talking about my budget night vision setup. So we did a night vision video on the Sightmark Wraith. Now I want to talk about my whole setup, every piece of gear that I used during the testing of it, and then the gear that I've found that I like the most out of it, and kind of give you guys a whole spread of it.
This is a budget night vision setup?
Yeah, this is a budget night vision setup. We're not rich, we're poor here. We do have an awesome sponsor though. So Velocity Ammo is the biggest supporter of the channel. They help us out with the freedom seeds that you guys see in all these videos. So make sure to go check them out. Second most biggest supporter of the channel, most importantest, is us, Basement Operator. Awesome merch. Go check us out at basementoperator.com. We're doing all kinds of different stuff over there. We're doing builds, so if you want to see these builds, head on over to Basement Operator. I have everything linked on that website. So if you just go to our builds channel and check out like our night vision setup, you'll find this helmet and these guns built out so you can buy everything from the people. They're just linked over there. So with night vision, it's a slippery slope to costing you a lot of money. And everybody kind of shies away from it and kind of, you know, it's scary. Spend $4,000 on a monocular. All right, first things first, we want to talk about the actual night vision itself. This is a Sightmark Wraith. If you saw the actual review for it, I was kind of on the fence with it. And as we are actually filming this at the same time, I am on the fence with it, as it is a $600 to $700 digital night vision monocular. The system works, there's some flaws in it, but I think you can overlook them for the price tag. One of the things that kind of sucks about it is the bridge. So the bridge is a little rough. It originally comes with a PVS 14 mount. We switched it to a dovetail adapter because we had to upgrade to an actual high-end night vision mount. This is one of the things I don't think you can cheap out on, is the night vision mount, but the bridge did suck. Where we had to sand it down so it could fit the dovetail piece, it is cracked a little bit. The screw that mounts the night vision optic to the bridge is also, it worked itself out. I had to get an aftermarket one from the hardware store, screw it in, spray paint it. But the actual night vision itself works fairly well. I'm not going to go too much into the specs, but it does have a built-in IR laser or system, so you can use it. Then it has a 1:8 magnification. If you want to do any magnification, you can. It's just, you know, you click it over, but magnification on digital optics suck. So I wouldn't recommend that to anybody to use that at all. We have a Norotos, N-O-R-O-T-O-S. Hunter popped that up on screen. It is about a $500, $400 or $500 night vision mount. We initially had used an Amazon one. It sucked so bad, but Optics Planet came through and they sent us this one. So big shout out to Optics Planet for helping us out with this. We really appreciate it. Love the guys over there. If you want to buy something from Optics Planet, head on over to basementoperator.com and click the Optics Planet link and then use code DELP for 7% off, more than 5. Anyway, so what do we have this thing mounted to? We have it to a Ballistic Armor Company helmet. Now this is their Gen 2 helmet. They're getting ready to come out with a Gen 3 helmet. Might have already came out with a Gen 3 helmet, but we like their helmet a lot. They've recently revamped the company. They went through a little spell there. I think they got bought out. Now they're starting to make all their products in the United States, which is awesome. You know, so that's a great thing. But we like their helmet. We tested it, it works really well, so we decided to use it. Now you could also use an Amazon bump helmet depending on what you're looking to do with this. You know, Amazon bump helmets are pretty cheap. You can pick one up for a few hundred, $100 or so. This one was about $500, and it is one of the most inexpensive ballistic rated helmets you can buy. So for the battery system, which powers the monocular. These are just Amazon battery packs. This connects it with the USB-C cable to the bridge and powers the Sightmark. The Sightmark only lasts about two-ish hours just on its batteries alone. So, you know, having extra batteries is super important. Kind of not related to the helmet or the monocular. We have Earmore. These are like $100 Ear Pro. They work pretty well. You know, they're not Peltors or anything, but for $100, they fit really good for the arc system on the rail, and I mean, they work. So that's about it. Oh, and the helmet cover. The helmet cover is Amazon. I don't really remember who. I do gear. They didn't send it to me or anything. I bought it. I do buy vast majority of my own stuff. So yeah. Anywho, and then a night core light. Blind you real quick. I like to run it kind of at a tilted up angle because it's pretty dang bright. Hits ceilings and stuff like that. That's the whole helmet setup right there. And it works pretty good, pretty efficient. And I think it works good for being a budget night vision helmet. Now, the second most important thing is your firearm. And not only your firearm, but your firearm aiming systems. So we're gonna go super cheap here. We have the PSA Blim Blim rifle. It's been great to me so far. I've actually had zero problems whatsoever out of the PSA Blim here. We are running a Primary Arms Classic Series red dot. This is night vision compatible, but the sight mark sucks when it comes to being able to pick up your target and see out of night visions. So we ran the sight mark, I think it's the Low Pro laser. It is both a IR throw and it does white light. So that is good if you want to do cycle back and forth. One of the things I don't really like about this thing is the pressure pad is horrible. It has 2 buttons and it only works 1, but you know, if you need it to work, it does work. And you know, it doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles. It's a pretty inexpensive laser, but it works. And this is probably the most basic night vision setup you could possibly have. You know, you have your laser IR system and then you have your optic. I don't have anything special on it other than a sling and then a lot of tape to hold the stupid pressure pad down, which is kind of lame. I wish it was like the Streamlight over there or the other night system or the night vision system on that one. But it works. And then, I mean, if you want to go low budget, that's what it is. So it's $100, $400 or $500 for the gun and another $100 for the optic. So you're all in there at like $800. A little more expensive setup. And this is what I preferred using, even though I had some problems with the lower receiver initially. This is a PSA Saber, and I like running this one a lot. This one, PSA Saber, very nice system, but we had some problems with the Hyperfire trigger when we were doing our little night shoots and we're having issues with it. We've recently got that fixed. We had to work on PSA's warranty system there. We reached out to them, they sent out a new trigger. PSA didn't send me this gun. I bought the Saber, own money, I think it was 1,100 bucks. EOTech on this one. So this one's definitely not a budget setup, but is the one I prefer to use. So EOTech, night vision compatible, even though you can't really aim with it. And then the Somo Gear Light. This is a pretty budget, you know, PEC 15 clone. This one is not firearms rated, it's for airsoft. I haven't had any problems with it. I've shot it a good little bit. I know in the video I mentioned I haven't shot it a ton, but I've shot it enough to get an opinion of it. I think I have like 200 or 300 rounds. You think that's what we went through that night, Hunter? I shot a lot of, well,
Maybe like 269.
269 rounds. 269 rounds is about how many I have through it. But it held zero pretty good. I've been fumbling around with whether or not I like to keep the pressure sensor right here. I might just run it, you know, straight from the top. But I have the pressure sensor for the ProTac right here, and it's just like move straight up or go straight to. So I don't really know what I'm going to end up sticking with there. I had some issues with the light laser wanting to go off, and I think that might be because of the pressure pad. So I'm going to continue to test that, continue to work and see what the issues are. But this is the setup that I kind of prefer. It's a little bit nicer, runs a little bit better, feels a little bit cooler, makes you look a little bit cooler when you're on the range, because you know you have your EOTech and you have your, you know, your grips and your pressure pads and the whole shebang up here. And I got my newest toy, my Dead Air. This thing's been awesome. I know we like little things, don't we?
We like or we have?
Oh, we have. We appreciate little things. So this is kind of like my more expensive, cheap night vision setup. So I mean, you're thinking $1,000, $1,100 for the Saber, $600–700 for the EOTech, $100 for the ProTac. Even though this goes from night vision to not night vision. And then $200-300 for the Pec 15 clone, the Somo gear, and then $800 for the Sandman K, which, you know, flashes, you can see flashes in the night vision. So the little Sandman K helps a little bit, not a ton, but there's that more expensive setup. And then, you know, you might want to dive in further, my battle belt, but the Glock 19 was ran. It's just got a TLR, or the Glock 47. It's just got TLR H1 on it. And then the Hollow Sun 508T. I love this thing to death. It's an awesome, awesome optic. So that's the gist of the budget night vision setup. Even though it's an incredibly expensive setup, with the helmet alone being well over, like the whole helmet setup being well over $1,000. There's no easy way to get into night vision. There's no cheap way to get into night vision. I can already see the people in the comments section saying buy once, cry once. I don't necessarily disagree, but not everybody can spend $4,000 on a PVS 14, or even $3,000 or $2,500, whatever you're gonna tell me the cheapest one you can get that works and costs, shut up. This one's like $600. So there's that. If you want a big ball out, you can go to Optics Planet and use code DELP, save you 7% on some real ones. So I digress. I appreciate every single one of you guys for watching. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to go to basementoperator.com to find the awesome merch, all the builds, and, you know, all the links and stuff. So you guys can find all of this gear and stuff there. Follow me on Instagram. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.